Hello. So, All-Star Battle R came out after maybe a good 2-3 months of waiting. I need to talk about it. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle is a 2.5D 1v1 based traditional fighter which was released in 2013 for the PS3 exclusively and was obviously based on the hit anime Naruto. When I heard that there was a remaster for 2022 coming out that was going to be for all platforms and that was going to be fixing the frame rate issues and that we're getting a massive graphical update, a lot of character balances, I was actually really surprised. Big disclaimer, I recognise that this is an anime fighting game and therefore it was probably going to be absolute shit, but also, here's the thing, it's a £40 game and for the sake of an interesting video, I'm going to treat it like a modern £40 game. A modern £40 game that isn't from shit devs. So just for the people that didn't play the original, which I can probably imagine is quite a lot of people, I'm going to go over the pros and cons of the original, being someone who played, I'd say, a good 200 hours of it. So I think to start off, the great visuals and style, it was very vibrant, kept a very clean anime style. You know what, it's just not Jump Force visuals, so I'll fucking take it. Another one of the things I love is how cinematic the game feels, from battle intros to heat attacks to even the way a fight finishes. Or just regular fighting, it all feels really clean, as long as you're not playing any of the Part 7 characters that aren't Valentine. The game also has a lot of small touches to it, like example, unique heat attacks that are character dependent. We also have different ways to finish fights dependent on the stage that you're in. It makes a lot of the fights feel different in that a lot of different character matchups are actually really interesting. Both of them lost! Another thing was, though difficult, it did have modding, so there you can laugh at Iggy being fucking cursed if you want to. Now sadly we have to move on to the cons, which a lot of it is very gameplay based. The game felt very slow paced. You could spam taunts literally any time your opponent got knocked down, make them watch a really long animation, which was very jarring. The movement was very sluggish. There was no such thing as jump dashes. Though it's much more of a personal gripe, easy beat. I really don't like the thought of, in a ranked game, having someone just spam X and do 30% of my health bar every time. It's a little bit annoying. The cast was very unbalanced. Characters like Rohan would absolutely never stand a chance against a Giorno player. The absolute best Rohan wouldn't beat the worst Giorno, is what I'm trying to say. And it's kind of a lot like that. The campaign, how do I put this nicely, fucking sucked. Quite literally, it's absolutely nothing interesting other than, oh, you start with 75% health, and then in between every fight, instead of getting maybe animated cutscenes or anything, we get the narrator speaking, which is fucking lazy. The game's servers were absolutely dreadful. In fact, I think it might have just been the peer-to-peer connections, which for a fighting game is really bad. There's no form of rollback or anything. Though this is 2013, you might not expect that. But hey, surely they'll put it in the new one, won't they? You know, I never thought this would be as controversial as a thing as it was, but there was no combo breakers in the game. I personally dislike that, especially when characters like Diavolo existed. You could just be killed in one hit. I personally don't see the enjoyment in that. Now this one's just much more of a slight nitpick, but character select was fucking god awful. I guess one thing worth noting is the music in this game. It's very half and half. The music that's good is great and the music that's bad is awful. One thing that is very consistent is the pattern that a lot of the villains get more thought out music. All the main characters just get very generic shit themes. Some of the examples of good pieces is, maybe let's look at Diavolo's. So the losing signal sound, the way I look at it is, it's meant to be representation of King Crimson, and how it's almost like Diavolo's lagging. The almost church choir type of sound, that's probably just meant to be his god complex. Now speaking of a god complex, Part 3 deal.
向かってくるのか。逃げずにこのディオに近づいてくるのか。
One thing that I love is the structure for Part 3 Dio's theme. Almost like the Jotaro and Dio fight, it's like it's trying to stay calm at first, but absolutely breaks out into all-out aggression. Now, I guess I took it some of the bad ones. Let's start off with Shigechi. Now, Shigechi's theme is absolutely fucking terrible, but also my reason for not minding it is it fits him. It sounds like some fucking clowncore shit. It's fucking dreadful. Fuck me, my voice actually sounds like that. So with that out of the way, was ASBR the improvement that was needed for the game to stay afloat? On the 9th of March 2022, we were given an announcement for ASBR.